The stories produced through the District 6 Museum Vusalela Ons Luister Oral History Program is funded by the Mellon Foundation. The opinions and statements that may be contained herein do not reflect those of the District 6 Museum, but rather the individuals hosted within this episode. The video extracts used are taken from the Oral History Program and can be found in the District 6 Museum archive.
Spaces and homes of people have become areas of storytelling. It is no different with Soraya Martheze, who graced us with her story of growing up in the dry docks. Welcome, Namkelekile. Come join me in receiving this story of Soraya Martheze. Good morning, how are you?
Morning, I'm well.
Salam.
I'm well. Yeah. How are you guys?
I'm good today. It's so cold.
It's very cold. It's very cold. So I'm dressed for the cold. The sun is out, but it's still cold. Yeah. And I'm old, so I get colder. I put some pies in the oven. Not that I made it myself, but
nice.
It might be a nice start. Well, firstly, I was shocked. I didn't expect to find these documents. This, amazed that I could find a document that is clearly legible after, almost 8 years, 1950. I can't believe that it's actually been kept so clear. So when I submitted my claim, all these documents,
brought this with?
All of the documents that my dear uncle had preserved so nicely, and I got it from his daughter. I mean, look at this, it's all listed and it was all done legally. These people had
their own systems.
This, I think, was when my dad had to sell his property to the community development.
Oh, during the process of forced removal?
Yes, because this I see...
Was he forced to sell?
Yes, he was forced to sell because the area was declared part of
Dry
District
Docks.
6.
Yeah.
Dry Docks was part of
That was in
District 6.
1970?
Yeah.
And how is current life? How are you interacting?
I have a balcony. Always wanted a balcony.
Yeah.
So
with a view, obviously.
With a lovely view. Hopefully, nothing will be built on the field there to block my view. So I quite like living in the city. I've worked in the city most of my life. I've lived in the city for District 6, work up,
nice.
And I like being close to the mosque, where I can actually hear the call to pray.
Sure.
And also the community. It actually reminds me of Dry Docks a lot, because here people would still maybe come and ask, do you perhaps have a spare tomato or do you have a potato?
Nice.
Because the shops are not that close by. And most of the people don't have, they're not mobile.
Yeah.
So it's either Uber or the My City.
Help Makar is coming into life again.
Definitely. That's a great word, yeah.
Yeah.
Help Makar. Yeah. So this is where I lived, right next to this field. There was this big open field here. People used to hang washing there, I remember. That's where I lived.
It's an open...
On the corner.
Oh.
On the corner. And this is where my uncle lived, this house here.
So you had close families also living close by?
My paternal family is born and bred. They were quite a prominent family in Dry Docks.
In Dry Docks.
Yeah. Because they also had the general dealer there, the local store. And that spanned over 3 generations.
Yeah.
So you see that area there further down is what was actually District 6, right?
Yes.
So they used to move people, and I'm trying to figure it out, I'm trying to make sense of it. They used to move people from District 6 up to evict them from there, and then they were moved to Dry Docks. Not everyone, but many of them. Yeah. And then eventually Dry Docks people were evicted as well. So then you move from District 6 to Dry Docks, and from there you had to move to the townships, or if you were by the means, you could buy a house in. But most people moved far from the area. But I have my sweet things, and I eat cake, so that's where I get my sugar from.
I'm so excited to have a conversation with you in the Dry Docks.
But do you know that I think I've probably, since we've moved in here, I haven't even been up there.
Sure.
I think I've only been up there once.
So this is, which area was this one now? On our left? Soraya?
This one here?
That's phase 4 is going to be there.
Okay,
Yeah.
but before phase 4?
It was District 6. It was District
Okay,
6.
all of this.
It was all part of District 6.
But I'm saying in terms of, we're going to Dry Docks now, but what was this area called?
No, this was District 6.
Okay.
This was all called District 6, yes. Yeah. They've changed the roads completely. Where's that U-turn that you can make in Phillips Kosana? Is it here? Eh?
Yeah, straight up.
It's straight up here. So we lived with a kink in the roadies, with a turn in the roadies. We lived immediately below that. My initial schooling was in Dry Docks, which was at Lydia EC School. And then I went to Zonnebloem. Well, I went to Musquet, which was Gordon Preparatory, just next to George Golding. Then I went to Zonnebloem Girls Practicing School, and then to Harold Creasy. So all my schooling was done in District 6. So I have a sense of the community in District 6 as well. We were 31 and the shop was number 25. So it was 3 4 doors.
And that was your uncle's shop?
It was my uncle, it was originally my grandmother's, and then lastly, before evictions, it was my cousin's. She'd taken it over. And the nice thing is that she'd actually provided some entertainment as well. So she used to show movies at the
barber shop?
No, next to the barber shop.
Okay.
And so that was it. That is where you got everything. People never had freezers back in that time.
Fresh.
You buy fresh every day. You used to buy cheese sliced freshly. You used to buy bologna sliced freshly. But there was great community spirit that prevailed. you know, it's not just the view, but it's the proximity to all the opportunities. And so even when I moved in later years, I moved to Stellenbosch. But economically, all the opportunities were still in Cape Town, CBD.
Central Cape Town, yeah.
So imagine all those people that were evicted. They were moved to the suburbs. They had to travel just for better economic opportunity. And so then people say, yeah, but you need to move on. But it's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as that. When people are still having to travel kilometers every day
to get to work,
to get to work, to get to the workplace. You know, as I said to you, the Silver Tree Youth Club, it was a place of gathering, it was a place of recreation, it kept kids busy. And for me, now in phase 3, we don't have a structure like the Silver Tree Youth Club. It doesn't have to be the same. No consideration was put into providing something, considering that most of the claimants coming back are elderly. It was just a physical handing over of the keys. That's it.
You find yourself.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Hand over the keys, you're getting a property, and you need to fix this, sort it out by yourself. But it's not right, it's unfair. Again, people are over 60. So they need to, government, land affairs, whoever, I think they do still need to step up. So I'm not one of those people who came back and hoped for things to be the same. No, man. People evolve. Cities evolve. Areas evolve. So I wouldn't expect the old District 6. I wouldn't expect the old dry docks. But I would expect a lot of what we had as a community to be brought back. There's a sense of hopelessness that will overcome me when I think about all the potential that's here. I mean, look at the place. You must remember that the claims took forever.
Yeah.
Many of the original dispossessed people have passed on.
Yeah.
The people living here now are not the originally dispossessed. But there is still a glue that keeps everyone together. Yeah, and that glue is that either you or your father or your grandfather or someone was previously dispossessed. And so somewhere in your family tree, someone had been evicted. In my opinion, that is what is keeping us all together. The stories that we can tell, the stories we can relate to, and that most of us come from humble beginnings. Almost all of us come from humble beginnings.